Welcome to the Sold Too Early Sports Card Podcast, altering your sports card perception. That's Kai. I'm Slabbed Authentic by Beckett. And this is episode 27 of the Sold Too Early Podcast. Kai, how the hell you doing?
I'm doing good. We have a loaded week of a lot of hot topics this week. Nothing really going on too much in football, but other than that, there's some crazy stuff we got to talk about.
Yeah, there really, unfortunately, seems to be a lot of drama, bad situations. This is kind of a weird episode to record because we have a good story here. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a happy ending, and also, unfortunately, the person who this happened to is not available. But we have his permission to talk about it. This is a little more of an investigation, journalism type thing, which is super interesting. And it involves one of our friends, Tyler, Hot Corner 1325 1235. I'm sorry,
Close
man.
enough.
Yeah, Tyler, great guy. Love him. I continue to do business with him. One of my favorite people to deal with in all the sports cards. Super friendly, super nice. Unfortunately, I had a situation that came up involving one of the cards he had purchased several years ago, and he gave us the opportunity to talk through it. So, what I want to do first is show off the item that was and what happened. So, let me get my screen ready. Thank you, Kai. So, right here we have a 2003, 2004, whatever it was, game day jersey of Peyton Manning. It was serial numbered 1 of 1 and was a game used NFL Shield. This card had sold for $3,200, and it turned out it was actually fake. Through a variety of stories, which I will tell in a second, Tyler received the item back and promptly destroyed it, which he was asked to do. So this item is now, thankfully, off the market. Tyler is eating a pretty significant loss on it, about $2,200, and he actually gave us the full rundown of what happened. So I'm going to tell the story as he told it to me. When I'm using the word I, that is Tyler doing it. I personally, David, Extraordinary Cards, I'm not involved in this story. I'm using the word I for Tyler, and that's it. Here's what happened. I, Tyler, got the card from Indie Card Exchange, Andy, who got it from a local. I, Tyler, sold it to 802 Consignment, who then sold it on eBay to Drake's PC. Drake figured out that it was fake from blowout threads, which is awesome that, we have a community that is so active and is always trying to make sure that people are done right by. And once this thread came up, Tyler, bought it from Andy for $1,500 in early 2020 and sold it at the 2022 National for $3,800 after it was PC for about 2 years. So Tyler is a Peyton Manning guy, had it for a while, enjoyed the card, eventually moved on from it. I refunded 802, and then Andy refunded me and asked that I destroy the card. And he took a picture, and he took a video of him cutting it up. And then Andy Card Exchange figured out who the buyer was, or the original owner of it was, from records he kept, and made sure to not do business with them again. So everyone who is reputable in this deal, Andy, Tyler, 802, Drake's PC, everyone was made whole eventually. Tyler obviously lost money because he flipped the card down the line, but everyone who is a reputable person did right by each other. This is a good story in that way because we get to see that there are some real honest people. No one tried to fuck each other over except for the original owner who scammed Andy. But this is just like a crazy situation that I feel honored to be able to talk about it because like this is just like a microcosm of like one thing that happens in sports cards because there are so many fakes out there for patches, especially rare cards that people want, and I get why people get scammed by this type of thing, and it's unfortunate, but there's certainly some better ways to be aware of when it comes to fake patches. Because, for instance, like right here,
So it was stamped 101, right? But there's also like out of 99s and stuff,
it was
right?
stamped 1 of 1. So originally, and I'll first off, if you're watching on screen on YouTube, I have the Kevin Durant NBA logo, this is a very fake card, and you guys should all be aware of that. Just because something is slabbed
right there,
just because something is slabbed by Beckett or PSA or HGA or CGS or any fucking grading company in the world does not mean the patch is real. People do not seem to understand that, and that's how a lot of people get scammed. Now, this card was not graded, which is interesting, but it was serial number stamped 101. That was fake. Someone actually went in and bought a Peyton Manning card like this, if you're watching on screen, awesome, and stamped it one of one. The original version, one of many, for instance, is not serial numbered at all.
Gotcha.
So that's where Andy had gotten scammed. That's where Tyler got scammed. That's the person who bought it from
That's
Tyler got
crazy.
scammed because they believe the serial number, which makes sense, of course. This is what happened. Now, I'm not faulting anyone. This is something that is horrible, but I do think an awareness that we can bring to the hobby is super important because there are so many examples of fake cards, even on eBay today, that people do not want to believe. And one of the main things that I see people talk about is, oh, it's slab, it's real. There's one that I see pretty often, and I believe it's still up. I've not checked this yet. Oh man! So there's a Steve McNair card that was on eBay forever, and it was so clearly faked. There it is. Cool.
Oh
So
wow,
this is number 12 of 99, and it has an NFL
that's
shield.
really bad. Yeah,
Like
that's
this
bad.
is not a real a real patch. It's fake. Like 100%
Yeah,
fake. Number 99 does not make any logical sense. This patch would be in this card. Anyone who falls for this, I don't really feel bad for in this instance because it's so the warning signs are there. There was a post by Tyler Sports Cards earlier today, yesterday, even given at the time of recording. Someone on Whatnot was selling an Adrian Peterson slabbed PSA 8 NFL Shield, number 349.
oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Fake. That is a fake card. So there are certain ways to figure it out. What I would do, thinking cognitively and thinking critically, is all right, this is high number. This is number 349. This is number 99, whatever. And it has the full NFL shield, it has the full Viking logo, it has the full patch of this player. Does that sound right? Like, does that sound correct? If I was to say that out loud to someone, does that sound like something that would make sense? And most of the time, you will be able to figure out that doesn't sound right. Now, on 101s, or in this instance where the Peyton Manning was stamped 101, that's a lot harder to know. But I
Yeah.
have other information too that I don't. I can share another piece of information that would maybe get me in trouble. I think I have to say it. It was, dude, Mike Baker authenticated it. It was an NBA authenticated card, the Peyton Manning.
Yeah, but that's kind of the same breath as the PSA BGS thing, though.
I know, but like that one is just like, oh, that one's really bad. That one's not good.
Yeah, I think the Manning's definitely like a tough case, though. The guy did such a good job stamping it, and like, if you didn't know that there was no 101 version, like you would never
Yeah,
be able
you'd
to
have
figure
to.
this out.
That's you would have to know the checklist
Yeah,
or check it. Like
yeah.
that's really scary.
It's
Um,
really like the way he like centered the logo too. It looks real. Because I know some people will like off center the logo shield if they fake a patch.
it's crazy. This is like
Yeah.
I feel for everyone involved, this is not a good situation. I'm happy the fucking card's destroyed. That makes me happy. And also, the way you know this is altered, by the way, is if you're looking on my screen, there is a blue residue right here. That's where like the original Manning patch was. Like it, that was the actual blue like stitching and the glue that was used to hold it. So
Don't they also usually? I don't know if they did this back then, but they put like the
the
name of the
player,
player like
the
on the
player name
back
on
of
the
the
back.
relic.
I couldn't tell you for sure. I'm not positive. Also, we were talking about serial numberings. The Kevin Durant NBA logo is number to
This
99.
one's so bad. It's so
If you
bad.
think this card is real, I'm sorry. You're fucking dumb. And I'm going to just say that. I know that's not very nice to say. But once again, thinking critically, does this make logical sense? Nope.
I'm like 99% sure this ran at auction like a year or two ago.
I wouldn't shock me. Like, it really wouldn't because people like just see the patch and like see it's graded by PSA or Beckett. It's like, oh, that sounds about right. It's like, no. You unfortunately, this hobby brings out the best and the worst in people. If you are not paying attention, you will get scammed. You will lose thousands of dollars for someone who is very intelligent, like Tyler. Tyler got fucking screwed here out of thousands of dollars. If someone didn't know any better about this Durant, they could lose tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in certain instances. It really is scary. You have to be willing and able to see through the bullshit or at least know critically what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, I can't imagine PSA or BGS is ever going to really implement this either because that's a whole other step, another person they have to hire, like authenticate a patch, another liability. Like, there's no way they ever change that either.
So I've been saying this, and we might have a recording of this too. One thing that I really, really, truly hope that Fanatics does in the future, 5, 10 years from now, whatever, whether it's AI operated or photographers, hire a team or an individual or a group of people to photograph or catalog all the major hits, even all of the hits if you really want to. If you pay someone a salary or you have a machine do it, it doesn't matter. Have someone in charge of that and make a database and charge people for it. If you
Yeah.
really want to be better for the hobby, there is no excuse in 2023 or beyond why you can't have an automated service or a small team that photographs and records all this information. And I know that, like, for instance, it's a 2007 card or the Manning was 2003, 2004. But guess what? Eventually, those cards in the 2020s will have value substantial down the line. And if you have a record of every single card that's been produced that's a hit, you eliminate the ability for people to alter those cards moving forward. So, this is something
Yeah.
that I will live and die by, and I really am passionate about. This is such an easy way to avoid potential fraud down the line for the next generation of collectors, which is, if we really care about them, here's one way to avoid, fucking them over.
Yeah, we definitely mentioned that before. I think they could honestly just start out by maybe doing the NT, like the higher end flawless RPAs. I mean, it doesn't even have to
That's
be
fine.
every card at the first. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
fine.
No one's
Do
gonna
that.
alter like a prestige jersey card, but
Or
just
if
to
they do,
start,
hey,
like try it.
if they do, it's number 349. Maybe you should think, like, why is this
Yeah,
card
use your brain cells. Yeah.
that? How dare you, sir? That's really mean of you. But in summary, think critically, ask a friend, ask a reference, put it out there if you're not sure about something. If a deal sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And just understand, unfortunately, that once again, this hobby brings out the best and worst in people. Because when the dollar figures are 5 figures, 6 figures, dude, this card you said around at auction. What do you know if it?
They either took it down or it did a lot less than the regular ones did, but I remember it did run at auction. I could try to find it honestly. Oh, Dave's frozen.
Hey, sorry, I don't know how we're gonna cut this episode now, but make some
I kind of was
edits.
just running with it, to be honest. I was talking about
That's
what's on
fine.
my mind.
Fine by me. Anyway, in summary, like I said, think critically, be aware what's going on in the hobby, and when figures are absurd, 5, 6 figures, and that's someone's salary,
Yeah,
think critically and know what you're
I
doing.
I found it ran on Probstein. I was saying that it ran in like 2020 on Probstein. I believe it got taken down though because a giant blowout thread got posted about it.
Sick.
So yeah, and then I was kind of just talking about how we had something kind of similar, not exactly the same, happen at Joku recently. We sold a raw T-Law Blue Optic Auto, unsealed by the way, and the buyer got it and put it back in a mag with a seal from Panini on it and tried to sell it as sealed on Facebook, and he got shut down really quick.
Wow. Oh my god.
People are reaching out to us trying to figure out like what was going on, but definitely just the guy who bought it because ours was clearly unsealed. Same serial number though, so that's how people found out. But yeah,
That's dude. Pretty ballsy. I will give that person credit for like trying to get over on the system, but like, what did you think was going to happen? Like,
yeah, exactly.
all right, I'm sure that was. I'm looking at the notes now. I see that was the thing you were talking about. So, want to go through the rest of your things real quick?
Yeah, we'll probably just cut out when you left because I kind of briefly touched on these, but we can go through them again. So,
Okay, sorry.
the Hawks, no, you're good, dude. It happens. The Hawks play in the play-in game tonight. We're probably gonna lose to Heat. They kind of have our number, but hopefully we'll win the next one. I don't really know how I feel about it. I'm not feeling great. We traded for Okuda today. The Falcons did. Kind of happy about that 5th-round pick. Not too much to give up. And then kind of on the card side, I've been getting some consignment orders we've been working on. And it's kind of crazy to see like the cards that people have that I don't really like post on Instagram or anything. Like, so they have some crazy stuff that like you just wouldn't expect. We have a crazy auction that just started last night. If you guys want to check it out, like some really cool stuff like 101s. Rose Namajunas, 101 Prism Black, like stuff you don't really expect.
I mean,
But
I
yeah,
also sent you guys my Curry Durant.
yeah, that ends Thursday, right? I think.
I think it ends Thursday. Yeah, it's Steph
Yeah,
Curry, Kyrie Irving, and Anthony Davis. 9-5-10 flawless auto. Which, you know what? Once again, I'm gonna lose money on the card, which is completely fine. But cash at this point is super valuable. All it takes is one or two moves to get back to
no,
eating
no.
along with the punches. An item that I grabbed that I did not expect to have a chance to get, which is ironic because I had this card similarly, but just wasn't autographed, was a Josh Allen Optic Raider Rookie Gold, but this one is autoed. 1 of 10. So what happened was when I had owned the non-auto version, the card had ran for $13,000. The auto. Okay, no problem. I paid what I did for the non-auto, ended up moving the card in Chicago, and then it ran again. It ran for $7,500, so it dropped 50%. Like, oh shit, all right, fuck, I should have won this. Like, whatever, no big deal. And then it ran a third time. So the guy did not get it paid for 3 times. And then I messaged him yesterday, like, hey man, did this get paid for? Like, I'm sorry this happened. This sucks. He's like, no, it didn't. I'm like, do you want it to sell? So I bought it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to tell what I paid for it. I expect to do well. Gonna go get a rated by PSA. The card is raw, which obviously is a concern for everyone, as we're talking about fake cards before. LOL. I don't expect any issue there. I expect it to PSA 7 or 8. Obviously, it's not in the best condition. If it was, this episode would not be happening. I'm not talking anything about this. But we'll see. I'm excited. Just got to roll with it. And sometimes you have to be, fortune favors the bold or the stupid. So I don't know who else would take that chance.
it's kind of funny. Me and me and Joku were actually thinking about splitting that card when it was at auction the last time, but we
And I
we
said,
didn't pull the trigger. But yeah, you
yeah, I
you
mean,
pulled
once
it.
again, it's ironic that we're talking about forging cards, and I go and get a large raw card, and just like, all right, whatever. I'm not concerned. Like in reality, the
Yeah,
main thing I worry about is going to come back like a 6, which I don't expect it to. The corners aren't the best, but I expect a 7. Pray for an 8, and if it's 9, I'll just fucking die of laughter because it's not a 9.
what did it publicly sell for the last time it didn't get paid? Are you fair
71.
to say 71?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's so cheap for that.
That's why I grabbed. I paid less than
Yeah,
that, which
yeah.
without giving information, like yeah, I paid under that. All
What are
right.
you up to?
Dude, I'm ready to talk through some NBA playoffs, though. Like, let me get the
Oh boy,
screen ready for that. This is such an interesting time because there are like obviously so many like premier teams here, but I don't know what's gonna happen in this playoff. I'm really excited though. I feel like there's probably like 5 or 6 teams I can realistically see winning the championship. Um, and it really could come down to like one like weird injury or some kind of shenanigans where you know a team we don't expect to win ends up hoisting what's that trophy called, Larry
the
O'Brien, is that right?
O'Brien, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll make
I think
sure.
so. You want to do conference matchups and finals matchup?
Yeah, I'm gonna go pretty ballsy here and say it goes like Phoenix versus, oh god, so Phoenix versus someone stupid. I don't think Denver gets it done. I'm going to say that right now. I do not expect Denver to get to the conference finals. I think they end up like losing in like the second round, which might annoy a certain
That's
set of
not too
people.
crazy. They haven't really done that great in the playoffs. They have a lot of pressure on them, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be like Phoenix versus Memphis in the finals, conference finals.
Yeah, I'm actually going Clippers Warriors.
Okay, that's fine. And then the East, this one I feel a little bit better about. I could see it being Milwaukee versus Boston, which is not shocking. Although you could convince me that Milwaukee versus 76ers ends up happening.
Yeah, I think it's probably likely that the Bucks play the Celtics, but if I had to pick like a sleeper team, I'd probably pick the ugh.
You
I'd
can't say the
probably
Hawks.
I'm not gonna pick the Hawks. We're not gonna do anything this year. I'm gonna pick the Nets as my sleeper team.
Being serious?
Not to make the finals, to make the conference finals.
Okay. I don't know if the internet dropped for a second there, but I did panic. So if I had to choose a team out of pure shenanigans, I'm gonna say the Knicks just cause.
I
But
almost picked them.
yeah,
Yeah.
if we're gonna go with stupidity, yeah.
What about your finals matchup?
Who I really want to say Memphis, but I just don't. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna be the Suns versus like it's gonna be Suns Bucks. I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Clippers Bucks, but ooh,
Now there is a situation which would be real. Once again, if we're just talking memes and stupidity, you could convince me the Lakers make it farther than they should, and you could convince me a team like the Knicks make it farther than they should. I don't see it happening, but if we're waking up in a world where the Lakers are in the conference finals and the Knicks are one game away from the NBA finals, you can convince me that's happening. I can be convinced.
yeah, I'm expecting the Pelicans to probably win that play-in game with the Thunder, but I would love to see the Thunder in a playoff series.
It would be,
That'd be
dude, that
fun.
they are so interesting moving forward. It's like just like a team, not even like sports car wise either. Although like Chet is starting to sell, which is super annoying. But then again,
For a
like,
lot.
yeah, I know, which is really stupid. But
He's supposed to possibly come back too, right? If they make the playoffs, I
I
think.
don't think that now you can't do that. You can't bring him
I saw a
in.
rumor about it, but I don't know.
But like, what's he gonna do? Play 10 minutes and like just do nothing? He has no chemistry with his teammates, really.
He's very large.
I know, but like, do you really want him to go and potentially play against
No,
like?
probably not. No.
Yeah,
But it'd be pretty cool to see him.
I know.
Was he the number one pick? I don't even
He
remember.
was number two. Number one was Paulo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. It was so
Yeah,
long ago at this point.
dude. We're when is the next? When is Victor going to be number one? A month or two from
June,
now?
I think.
June. Whatever, dude. It's so stupid how the cycle goes.
So wait, who's winning?
I think the Suns win.
Oh, I'm gonna pick Clippers just for fun.
Okay. I think we both are in agreement here that like the seating, especially in the West, is really stupid. Like I
It's
understand like
really
that's how the season
stupid.
went, but like I am not a believer in all in the Sacramento Kings. I think they way overperformed. I
I
I,
could see them making a little run.
I can see them losing in like 5 games to the Warriors.
They probably will, but I could
They
see it. I
probably
would love to
will,
see it.
but
Love
like
Kevin Herter.
sure, but like once again, I just don't see it happening. Memphis is concerning, but I don't know. I something about this Laker team is if they lose in the first round, it's going to be in like 6. They're not going to
The
lose. They're not going to get
Grizzlies
swept. They're not going to lose in 5. I think it could end up being like a 6 or 7 game series.
didn't all the Grizzlies bigs get hurt besides Jaren? Didn't like
I
Brandon
know
Clark
Steven
and
Adams is
Steven Adams?
hurt.
I think Brandon Clark is done for the season too.
He like tore his Achilles or something a little while
So I
ago.
think they just have Jaren and then like the Almada guy, Santi Almada.
It'll be
Is on that team.
interesting. It'll be very
Yeah.
interesting
AD would probably torch them, but
if he's healthy. Once again, that's the issue with that
that's
team.
true.
Always been
Has he
health.
been playing or no?
I believe AD has been playing. I'm not sure how much he's been playing, but I know that there was a
Yeah.
period of time where he was the guy, and they did okay. Let's see if he might get hurt as I'm typing this. For all we know,
Oh man.
he's been playing.
They
Yeah, he played 2 days ago. Yeah, all right, about 34 minutes a game, which is pretty.
they're
Wild.
probably gonna smoke the Timberwolves, right?
I I imagine so. Like that could be a game that's like really ugly.
Because I think their path to the finals gets a lot easier if they lose that first game and win the second one and play the Nuggets.
Ooh, that's pretty ballsy out of you. I don't know if I agree with that.
You think the Nuggets are harder than the Grizzlies? But
Yeah,
they would then have to play probably the Suns or Clippers, which is probably
yeah,
harder than the
that's what I'm gonna
Warriors.
say. Like in reality, the Lakers season very likely ends in the first round, but I can be convinced they make it to the finals if everything just breaks right. And I think the way for that to happen would be playing Memphis, and then honestly, like playing like the Kings. If the Kings beat the Warriors and the Lakers have to play the Kings, like that's where I
And then
see.
playing the Pelicans.
Yeah. Well, that's. I mean, we're talking about some level of reality. Like, obviously, there are people who think the Kings
It's
can beat the
realistic,
Warriors.
man.
So
Trey Murphy season.
shut up. This way in the East. Nets are
Go
sitting ducks.
Hawks.
Nets are gonna get like swept most likely. I don't really
I think
care
that
who makes it
4-5
happen.
matchup will be really good.
That is the best matchup in my opinion of that first round in the East.
I think the whole first round that's probably the best matchup.
No, I think Clippers Suns is better.
That too, yeah. But
So I very much expect the 4-5s to go 7 games. Anything else would be disappointment in my opinion. Um, Bucks should absolutely handle anyone they face. Boston should handle anyone. Nets are sitting ducks. I don't know. This is one of those where I would be very, very surprised if any team, whether it's Atlanta, the Heat, Toronto, or Chicago, like wins a game against their first round opponent.
I'd rather play the Bucks than the Celtics, though. We match up so much better with the Bucks. We actually almost beat them like 2 years ago.
Either way, it's just like those are uninteresting rounds. Those are not going to be good series.
Man, you're sleeping on us.
I am sleeping on them, and I'm wholly okay with them.
I am too. I don't think we'll do much, but we'll see.
Apparently, the front office of the Hawks are
That's not real.
That's not real.
No.
Is that not real because you don't want it to be real?
They keep doing all this stuff right before we play games. It's so annoying.
Dude, I just don't know. Like Trey is concerning. Trey is very concerning.
Yeah, it's really concerning when he leads the league in assists.
But I can't even talk about Luka because Luka fucking
Luka's not even in the
and that's sucks. Exactly it. One second, dude. I was so right about Kyrie Irving. Like
you
this
really
year.
were.
I really nailed it. Like he was such a team cancer. He should have just retired. Like he just causes so many problems. No, he's not going to. He's gonna like on the Lakers or like the Heat or the Clippers on a max. Like it's gonna happen. He's not. I don't think he goes back to Mavericks at all. I think there's no. I think under 5% chance he goes back.
I think there's a better chance that Luka asks out than Kyrie goes back.
I like. No, I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, both are, in my opinion, insanely low. I don't think Luka leaves yet, but I do think there's a conversation in a year or two when one thing that might be interesting, and I saw this rumor, and I was intrigued, was potentially them going and getting like someone like Rudy Gobert because obviously it's not working out. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I heard that.
They would give up like 8 first-round picks for him.
No, dude, the cost of Rudy Gobert if he went to the Mavericks would be significantly lower, but the Timberwolves would have to accept the fact they're just getting.
There's no way. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
In a real world, that's not going to happen. But that's why it's a rumor. It's a conversation of how fucked are the Timberwolves where if they were to move on from him, they would get literally no value. You have to run back.
You just have to play it out because they're fucked either way. But I think the Mavs are also fucked because they don't have like they're losing Wood and they're gonna be losing Kyrie. Like they're gonna have no team.
That's the issue.
They have like no picks either. They have like 1 pick this year and like 2 years, I think, but
something like that.
They're really fucked.
They really are. But Kyrie, in my opinion, goes to like the Lakers, the Clippers, the Heat. I don't know how it would work cap wise at the moment. So like he's gonna go back to LeBron most likely, and we'll see what happens there.
They'd be really good.
They would be really good. But once again, Kyrie manages to ruin every team he's part of. So 50 games into next year, he's gonna like
except for the Lakers or for the LeBron Cavs teams.
Yeah, his dad keeping it in line.
Yeah.
I don't know. So 50 games into next year, if he's on the Lakers, he's gonna like discover QAnon, and he's just
don't say anything to cancel yourself.
No, I said he's gonna find QAnon. That's all I said. I was careful.
I saw you thinking about it.
I was thinking about it. I was gonna say something really bad. So thank you, Kai, for keeping me honest. All right, let's talk about the MLB for the 4 seconds that like collectors care about it. We're 10 games into the season, which is really wild. Like, my God. So I wrote some surprises so far. The Rays are 10-0, which is fucking absurd. They are just so good. I hate it. I hate how well they're run. If they ever get like a decent sized payroll, MLB's fucked. So please don't do that.
It's really impressive, but I did see they played like 3 really dog shit teams.
I know, but once again, winning in baseball is obviously tough. Like,
Yeah, it's really tough to win 10 in a row.
it is. A's are drawing under 5,000 fans per game, so they're drawing.
Is that real?
It is real. It was this is like a week or two old at this point. I guess it's a week old at this point. Like their 5th or 6th game of the season against the Angels, they drew like 4,400 fans, and like AAA teams had drawn some teams had drawn more than double the fans of the A's. I really do feel for people who are A's fans. Like, they are very clearly trying and succeeding of getting you to not care about your team so they can move to Vegas. So I really do feel for A's fans. All 10 of you deserve better. It sucks, and that's not fair. Brian Reynolds on the Pirates, speaking of teams that unfortunately have no hope because O'Neal Cruz broke his ankle. I think he fractured his ankle.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, Brian Reynolds is tied for the league lead in home runs with 5.
Future Yankee.
Dude is gonna get paid. I don't know if he's gonna be a future Yankee anymore. Like, it's kind of weird with him. I mean, I think the idea now is Cashman is going to try and keep all the prospects. So Dominguez should be up maybe the end of this year, if not early next year. Oswaldo Cabrera is pretty good in left field. Like, they continue to use him. I mean, they're not starting him all the time. They're kind of using a little mix of like Franchy Cordero and Aaron Hicks for some reason still. But
I didn't even know Aaron Hicks is like the thing anymore.
Yeah, he's like the 5th outfielder. So Judge been playing a lot of center, and in left it's been Cabrera/Hicks, and in right it's been like Stan and Franchy Cordero, who, ironically enough, Franchy has done some decent things at the plate. He strikes out a ton, but when he hits the ball, he hits it far. So
well, he was on the Red Sox, right?
He was on the Red Sox, and he was on the O's in spring training, and they cut him. And then he had a double off them a couple days ago.
He loves the AL East.
Yeah, listen, it works. Speaking of AL East players, Gleyber Torres has 5 stolen bases, which is fucking absurd. That might actually.
Does he play every day?
He does play every day.
Because he's what, second or short?
That is not his career high, but his career is 14. He's got 5 in 10 games. Torres basically plays second base. Yeah.
Gotcha. And then
not
Volpe plays short, or Volpe? Where does Volpe play?
Short.
Okay.
Although he's not hitting well so far, but like the first 3 games of the season, he just got on base and stole. So, he's 21 years old. So you figure it out.
Where does DJ LeMahieu play?
DJ is playing third now because Josh Donaldson got hurt. I think he also played. Yeah, because Rizzo's playing first. So DJ was supposed to be like a utility guy, but now he's gonna mostly play third. I think even tonight in the lineup he's playing third. But it's been a little finicky because you obviously want to rest all your players as much as you can. I don't have the lineup up. All right, it's fine. I think he's playing third tonight.
A couple surprises that I saw. The Pirates have a winning record for the first time I can remember in the last 5 years.
And then O'Neal Cruz died, as you wrote.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The Cardinals are 3-7. They were one of the favorites to win. I mean, it's early still, but that's a really rough start. I think we swept them. Yeah, the Diamondbacks are winning the NL West right now, which is wild.
I think we said they could be a sneaky contender. I mean, first off, it's fucking middle of April, not even yet.
We're 10 games in.
Yeah. But I think you and I both said some positive things about the Diamondbacks a couple weeks ago. So
yeah, 16th of the way there. We'll see what happens.
Pretty wild. I love baseball.
Yep. Acuña's had a great start, so I'm happy with that.
I mean, have his prices changed at all? Have you even paid attention?
I haven't really checked now.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell anymore. I can guarantee that Volpe's prices have come down because he's not doing much at the moment. I think Jordan Walker's actually playing well, which is good. But it's so interesting to me, and I'm pulling up the next segment for us. It's so interesting to me that once these players debut and do one thing, oh, that's it. All right, move on. No one cares anymore. Yeah. Sorry.
Walker's playing good though. He has a 10-game hit streak, I think.
Oh shit! Hang on, what's his batting speed?
I think it's the record for a day starting their career 10 straight hits. or 10 games with a hit. I mean,
342, 2 home runs. Somehow has a negative WAR, so he's obviously bad in the field. I can tell that.
yeah.
Right now.
I always thought he was like an infielder. I didn't realize he was a right fielder.
I mean,
But
he's 6'6", 245.
yeah,
Yeah, that
large
man is
man.
that man is a tank of a human being, and it looks like Jordan Walker was playing third base in 2022, even at Double A, but it looks like they are moving him more to the outfield, at least in the major league.
Yeah,
So he
because
does
they
have.
have Arenado. Like he's not gonna. Be
Yeah, I mean, in reality, you could play him at first, but like you have Goldschmidt also. So
yeah,
basically stick him in right field, figure it out, and just like let the bat do it. But like, yeah, like you said, he's batting 340 and has a negative WAR. I can already tell you that that's not good. All right, we have some random topics that came up, and these are always good. I love when we get the opportunity to like talk through just like some random stuff. One thing that came up was upcoming shows in the next couple of months or weeks that like, we might not be going to them, but like possibly heard good things about. So next week is the Minnesota Card Show, and this is the first time they're doing it. And I think what's happening, because I was talking about this with someone, is there's no other major shows going on this week or like have happened in the last couple of weeks. This show is probably going to be a banger. I just don't want to go. Like I'm comfortable skipping this one.
it's in Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't really care. Like I will let the guinea pigs be the guinea pigs and like tell me if it's good or not, and then I'll probably go the next time. But I'm pretty comfortable sitting this one out. It looks like this is gonna be a major show for people to go to. Like I said, I believe it's the first time they're doing it. I hope it does well. This is awesome. More shows to consider down the line is perfect. That's what I want to see when they have success. That's what you need. So
yeah, they've advertised really well for this one.
Yeah, I wish them good luck. This is 296 dealer tables and 400 dealers from Minnesota and throughout the nation. Minnesota Card Show is the largest show in Minnesota and surrounding states. It's pretty good. Hopefully it expands. 300 tables is not Dallas-sized, but it's a good show. That's
pretty decent, yeah.
Yeah, especially the first time doing it.
Can you click buy tickets?
Buy tickets?
I'm kind of curious how much they're charging.
$30 for a one-day pass, $10 on Friday. All right, this is early pass. That's why $10 on Friday, 10 Saturday, $5 on Sunday. That's actually pretty good.
That's good.
The VIP pass is $90, which doesn't make sense.
That makes no sense at all.
30, 40, 50, 55. VIP perks.
You must get something in the bag.
VIP perks, admission all 4 days, early admission on Friday at 10 instead of noon. All right, that makes sense. Black Diamond card supplies, hobby packs, random auto. All right, you know what? This is actually a pretty good deal. Kai, good note on this.
That's not too bad of a flight from you, is it?
Dude, I failed third grade geography. Oh man, when did I post this? Like last week, 2 weeks ago. I was trying to figure out where Iowa was, and I almost got it mixed up.
To be fair, Idaho. I can't tell you where Iowa is either. So
all right, hang on, we're doing this. Where is
Well, Minnesota's by the Great Lakes, so that's right.
Yeah, that one I know. But like,
yeah.
Hey, class, we're doing a geography lesson. This is really bad. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was up here.
See, I thought it was to the right a little more, but that's Michigan.
That's Ohio. Isn't it? This is Iowa.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh God, hang on. Can I redeem myself? Which state is which? God, fuck, the wrong one. What state is that? Oh
Jesus!
God damn.
We got to do that quiz where we label all the states.
That's where we fail. What state are you? Oh, that's not. That's counties. God damn.
What are you doing, dude?
I'm failing at this, dude.
Iowa. Look, you got Iowa. What are you?
Yeah, there's Iowa. What is this? That's Illinois. What the fuck? What state is this? Oh shit. Hang on.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, that's Chicago. That's Chicago, isn't it?
Chicago's not a state, Kai.
Or Illinois, whatever.
Ohio.
Yeah. Or Indiana. It's Indiana.
Oh, that's Indiana. Yeah.
That was close.
Oh fuck, where's Iowa?
All right, get off this before we get sent back to
middle school. Dude, this is bad. All right, so Iowa, Illinois, Indiana. Okay, yeah, I'm stupid.
Isn't it funny we can name like millions of cards, like rough values, but we don't know our 50 states.
Nope, dude, don't even get me started. That's really embarrassing. All right, let's get past that. I don't even know. I didn't even check when the
Also,
flights were.
what is going on with this like badge design? It just popped in my head.
It kind of reminds me of Pokemon.
I think that's what they were trying for, but it's
I
a
mean, it's
little
got a little
lot
bit of
going
everything. It's
on.
got like a transformer. It's got
I don't think that's a
Frogman,
transformer.
a dragon.
Did you say Frogman?
Yeah, the best Pokemon.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. It's all right. We've descended into madness, Kai.
Looks like a bad dream.
It does look like a bad dream, and then it's a bad. Oh god, that's too close. That's
And then
bad.
you click the wrong. Oh god, we need to end this.
It's okay. It's all right.
Uh,
We're fine. We're fine. Moving on to topics I do know, not geography wise. Buying bulk off someone. Yeah, how do you do it? And buying on social media in general. You know, how do you do this? How do you really manage to not only pay fair prices but buy quantity and quality off someone? Kai, you're doing a little bit more of this now too, especially on the consignment side, whether you're splitting cards with Yoku or getting people to ship you cards. I can tell you as a dealer that the best way I am able to buy bulk off someone is knowing them and continue to be good for business. Whether it's buying not trash, buying some lower end with a higher end item so that the person clears out inventory, or being a human being and having a conversation, not always being business focused. It kind of works. Like there are people that I do business with consistently. I don't check their comps. I'm like, all right, man, here's my budget. Give me stuff. And we both make money. Or he gets out of inventory that he doesn't need and I make money. Or he, just moves out of stuff that he no longer wants to own. And that cycle keeps going. So I can handily name 5 to 10 people right now I'd be very comfortable buying bulk of and not worry about the comps and just build that relationship even further because we all do well at the end of the day.
Yeah, I would definitely agree that building relationships is probably the best way to go about it. Especially if you can find people to buy off of that, like join a lot of breaks and stuff like that, because they're going to be getting the card straight from the box. And if you grade and all that stuff, you get quarterback autos and that you can make some great money there. But I think building relationships, like you said, maybe buying cards that you don't necessarily want, it's still a good deal, but they're throwing them in to get rid of them and you're helping them out. That definitely leaves an impression on them. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to go about it. But I think building like relationships and meeting new people, whether you're selling or buying from them, is definitely a good start.
It's true. Listen, I can tell you, there are people that I will not deal with on Instagram these days because their conversations are so like HM question mark, price question mark. Like, bro, just fucking talk. Like, have a
Oh,
conversation. It's so bad.
do you know what the worst thing is? I forgot to mention this when we were doing our one episode where we talked about like our pet peeves or whatever.
Yep.
Is when you post like a story sale or like things available and they go like this, but then like don't actually want the card. They go just say like they like the card and that's it. Like they just move on.
Yep. It's
Like
like,
what is the point of that?
yeah, I don't know, dude.
Like
I should run more story sales on Instagram, but like I dread the funny thing is too is that I do call this out. I'm pretty direct and straightforward. Like, hey, here's the price, it's the best offer. Who's going to be the Einstein not to read this? And there always is at least one. And
yeah.
when you call it out, people do it out of spite or because they think they're a funny guy and ha ha ha. Hey, you said not to do this thing. I'm going to do it. So you either have to like acknowledge that it's going to happen and just like roll with it, or make fun of the people and then have like the jokesters who didn't pass second grade. Oh, ha ha ha! I'm do the same stupid cringe joke. You lose either way, but I enjoy getting a laugh out of the fact that they call you an Einstein or like you just can't read. I think it's more fun that way. At least then I get a laugh.
Yeah. There'll always be those people. Nothing will
Yeah.
change.
Reading comprehension's hard, just like geography, but
Yeah. I would say geography is probably harder, but
yeah. Speaking of geography, hey Kai, there are some certain teams that might be moving locations, or honestly, probably should. Not saying these teams, not saying these areas don't deserve teams, but there are certain factors that kind of are impacting them, such as the Oakland A's, which we talked about. I also put in the Tampa Bay Rays. They have needed a new stadium forever. to the point where a couple of years ago at this point, they were considering or having conversations with not Toronto. Where did the
Yeah,
Montreal
Toronto. Yeah,
was it Montreal for
yeah.
like a split a home schedule, which is absurd, but go figure. Those two teams will 100% need to have their situations fixed before the MLB expands. The MLB is open to expanding to 32 teams. They've said that numerous times in the past. Once those situations are remedied, I envision the Rays getting a new stadium and the A's leaving for Vegas. There are certain teams or there's certain areas that I expect to get MLB teams. I've heard Charlotte want a team forever. I've heard rumors about San Antonio potentially. Vegas will most likely get a team that's the A's. And then Nashville has been trying to get a team also for decades and decades and decades. So I think
If you
go
if
for it.
you add the one team to each conference, though, or whatever they're called, one to each league, you have to realign the divisions then because you have an extra team, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be. Listen, no matter what, something's gonna get a little finicky. Like whether a team moves back from the AL to the NL or whatever. I mean, right now I believe it's 15 in each. So I mean,
Yeah,
it really
it
is
would probably have to be like 4 divisions of 4, is what I was saying.
something like that. I mean, in reality, it's you can very easily get rid of like divisions or at least like change it to a way that like it matters a lot less, kind of like the NBA has. uh, I don't know if the MLB wants to do something like that, but there's got to be a way to make it as painless as possible to add two teams. And I'm sure there's people who get paid way more than we do, Kai, who actually like work within the MLB who have considered all options. This is inevitable, in my opinion. It's very, very, it's almost guaranteed. The next 10 years, you'll see.
I'd say
Actually,
5 years.
yeah, exactly. I think the name of the national team is going to be the Nashville Stars. They already have a name picked out too. And then a team like a Charlotte or San Antonio or if Vegas somehow gets a team of the A's stay, which is not going to happen, but it'll be interesting to see. I'm very, very curious, but you will see an expansion team. That would be the first one in my lifetime that I would like be be aware of, other than like the Krakens. But I don't follow hockey, so
I'm trying to
the
think, like,
Golden Knights too. I'm sorry.
yeah, like logistically. Now, this is a little bit in depth here, but like, how do you even add a baseball team? So you have to add like 5 minor league teams worth of players too.
So there are expansion drafts.
Yeah,
I don't know how they work.
I know that's for like the main roster, though. I think.
I think the way it goes is you protect a certain number of players,
Yeah,
and then the two new teams that would come in theoretically because they'd be at the same time would be able to pick and choose certain players off those lists. Obviously, the teams would be bad anyway. They also would flip a coin for the first and second pick in the draft the following year. So there are certain things. Also, I guess when did the Houston Texans come into existence? Because those were definitely
2000-ish,
so
1990s. I don't know.
I'm checking right now. The Texans came in 2002, so I was 6. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't remember how the Texans came in to be. Oops. But the point is, it'd be the first time that I would get to see that live, which would be cool.
Yeah,
I'm
for
all for
sure.
it.
The there were no NBA teams, were there? Because the Sonics just relocated, right?
Yeah, the
Or
Sounders came to
Pelicans, or they
OKC.
just they relocated too,
Pelicans
right?
were the
The Hornets.
Bobcats.
Oh wait,
No, the
the,
Charlotte Hornets. Wait,
the Charlotte Bobcats turned into the Hornets. Where did the Pelicans come from?
I don't know. I'm very confused now.
Or what did I say? The Bobcats turned to the Hornets. Where did I don't know where the Pelicans came from. They might have been an expansion team.
It was the New Orleans Hornets became the Pelicans in 2013.
So where did the Bobcats come from? Or what am
The
I thinking of?
Charlotte Bobcats became the Hornets, and the Hornets became the Pelicans in 2013.
Oh,
It's
Gotcha.
very confusing. I don't know
That is very
why
confusing.
ever.
I forgot there were two separate teams before them.
Yeah, I don't know why the Hornets were ever named. The New Orleans Hornets were ever a thing. I don't know why that ever
I
was.
think it was because they were moving to New Orleans, but they were playing in Charlotte still or something. I don't know.
Oh, this is I didn't know this. I forgot or didn't know it, forgot it, whatever. The Hornets have been in New Orleans since moving to Charlotte for the 2000-2003 season, although they relocated temporarily to OKC from 2005 to 2007 during Hurricane Katrina. That makes sense on why a team went to
That
OKC.
makes sense.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Interesting. Or forgot, whatever. Yeah, names are confusing in the NBA. I always did get tripped up on the Bobcats. And then the Hornets. So God. When did the Bobcats change names? It's like 2009 or some shit. It's like way old.
Well, Kemba
2013.
was a Bobcat.
Yeah, 2013, the Bobcats announced their rebrand to the Charlotte Hornets, beginning with 2014-2015 season. That is so fucking confusing.
And then AD played for them for one season, then they switched, I believe.
You're talking about New Orleans again.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We are really bad at this.
Doesn't AD's second year cards, the game used ones have like the Hornets patches, right?
Yes.
But then his second year they changed to the Pelicans, I think, didn't they?
Correct.
Okay.
It is, yeah, dude. We are really bad at geography and team names.
No more maps.
Yeah, no more maps. I do need a flow chart of how this works, though. Yes. The New Orleans Hornets in 2012
/ Oklahoma City.
No, not / Oklahoma City. What are you talking
Why
about?
am I big?
No, this is not how Oklahoma City came to be.
Oh, Bobcats played in OKC.
Oh God, yes. No,
okay.
no, they didn't. No,
we're good. We're
Hornets.
good.
The Hornets did because of Katrina.
When did the Bobcats switch to the Hornets?
Oh my God, we're so fucking stupid.
Hold on, let me just read
Oh my
this.
God, we need a flow chart here. All right.
The Hornets have.
God damn it. All right.
Okay.
So
the Bobcats supposed to switch in like 2000 then,
This
right?
is talking about the New Orleans Hornets. Okay.
When the hell did they switch from the Bobcats? That's what I want to know.
This is not the same team, Kai. Kai,
they literally are.
Kai. All right, let's try again. This is really fucking funny. All right. So, New Orleans, they were the Hornets. In 2013, they became the Pelicans. But before that, because of Hurricane Katrina, the New Orleans Hornets were playing in Oklahoma City because of Katrina. That's it. Meanwhile, for whatever reason, the Charlotte Bobcats, who existed this time as well, thought, hey, you know what's confusing? Using that team name that was already there. So they became the Hornets, which are still a thing today, obviously. And then...
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
You cannot be right. They couldn't have had two Hornets at the same time.
No, they didn't, Kai. In 2013, they became the New Orleans Hornets became the Pelicans. This is also a decade old. We're fighting about
the Bobcats turned into the Hornets, though.
Yes, in 2014. For the 2014-2015 season.
That's what I was saying this whole time.
I don't know if that's true. I think you were getting them mixed up with the Pelicans.
The Bobcats turned into the Hornets.
Yes.
And the Hornets went to the Pelicans.
No, okay. When you're saying
they did.
When you say it like that, Kai, I understand what you meant. The way you were saying it originally was the way I inferred it was you were saying the Hornets, the Charlotte Hornets, became the Pelicans. That's how it sounded. That's why I got tripped up too.
That is right.
Oh my God.
No city name. It went Bobcat, Hornet, Pelican.
No, Kai, that's not how it works.
It did.
Kai, that's not true.
Well, the Hornets are still a real thing, actually.
Yes.
Oh, geez, this is complicated.
Dude,
so were there 30? Wait, hold on.
Oh
were there? God. There were 29 teams then, until the Pelicans got a team.
That I don't know. That's true. Hang on.
Because in essence, here we're adding another team.
I think we're too stupid for this. All right, so the Pelicans were founded in 2002. Okay. New Orleans Hornets. Yes, we understand that.
They were the Bobcats.
No, they weren't, Kai. Hang on.
No, okay, though, hold on. The Pelicans couldn't have been a thing in 2002, though. They had to be renamed. They were the Hornets, right?
Try again. So, Kai, the Hornets were founded in 1988. They were known as the Charlotte Hornets from 1988 to 2002. Then
they changed to the Bobcats. Okay.
Hang on, Kai. So,
Okay.
1988 to 2002, the Charlotte Hornets were a thing. Okay. Then, in 2002, for whatever fucking reason, the New Orleans Hornets became a team. I don't know why they took.
That's because they played there for Hurricane Katrina. Yeah.
That's not Kai. We're not there yet. Stop. Okay. Okay.
Wait, but hold on. Question.
Oh
Is this the same team though?
What?
So this is the same team, just a different team name.
What the fuck are you talking about?
There couldn't have been two teams in New Orleans at the same time.
God.
It makes no
Kai,
sense.
You're not talking, Kai. Let me try again. Also, please do not cut this. This is fucking amazing. Let me try again. Okay? Step 1. I'm introducing you to the Charlotte Hornets.
Gotcha. Okay, we got the Hornets. They're good. Up to 2002.
From 1988 to 2002, this team exists in Charlotte. They are the Hornets. This is Team A. Then, at the same time that the Charlotte Hornets exist, wait, hang on. Now I'm confused.
Yeah, see, you're even confused now.
God damn it, what the fuck is happening?
So the Pelicans just got created. They were never a thing before then.
What happened in 2003? Why did they change?
That's what I'm trying to figure out here, and you're yelling. Nah, go back to the Pelicans. Yeah, so you don't even know what you're saying to me.
Wait, what the fuck? Hang on, now I'm confused.
This is great content right here.
Maybe the Bobcat. Kai, maybe you're right. I don't know. I think you might be right.
Yeah, fuck
I'm so confused. This is really bad.
Because there couldn't have been two fucking teams at the same time with the same thing. They had to have switched periodically, temporarily.
Shortly after relocation to Kai, I think you're right.
Yeah.
This is really confusing. This is confusing anyway. No matter what, this is still super confusing.
What a podcast.
Dude, yeah, this is a clusterfuck.
Okay, so my understanding, right? Hear me out.
Okay.
So it goes Bobcats.
Yes.
It goes
I think what it is actually is this is really funny. We need a YouTube video about this. Here's what I believe it is now. So Charlotte Hornets exist from 1988 to 2002. Then they do move to New Orleans. They become the Pelicans. And then in 2004, the Charlotte team, the history of the Charlotte Hornets, comes back as the Bobcats. But then, because it's even more confusing, in 2014, they rebrand back to the Charlotte Hornets. This is really confusing for no reason.
Yeah, I think what you just said is right, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really comprehend what you just said, but I think it's right.
Dude, this is really bad. This is really confusing for no reason, because then it makes sense that the team that has the Hornet name, which is dumb anyway, existed for a decade, which makes no sense. I think that's it.
Oh. I'm not even going to guess.
I think that's right.
We have it.
I'm pretty sure that's right.
So at the same time, there was a Pelicans and there was a Hornet. Or no?
Is that true? Hornet.
No, there was a Bobcat and there was a Pelican.
Yes.
That's the truth. Okay.
Yes.
Now, the Bobcat switched to the Hornet.
Yes, in 2014, they changed from the Bobcats to the Hornets.
But they were both in Charlotte for at least one season. Correct? Or am I
What do you
not
mean by
that? Either this franchise or the Pelicans.
Other than 2003, So when Charlotte lost their basketball team, at least for a year or two, according to Wikipedia here. The the Charlotte Hornets did not exist for a year or two.
Gotcha.
They were gone. It's like
And New
when
Orleans got invented,
in New Orleans, the New Orleans Hornets became a thing. So it's
and
like
then they brought
when
it back.
the Baltimore Colts left. I think that's right. It's like when the Colts
You
left.
can't.
It's like when they lost their team, or the Browns left and lost their team, whatever it was. Eventually, the Browns
Yeah,
came
okay. I
back.
think we're good. I think we're good here.
We're really fucking stupid.
That was a nice 10-minute conversation.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's. I don't even know how we got so far sidetracking. I think I'm the dumber one there, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so let's run through it one more time.
Okay,
so we got. Hear me out. Okay, so we got. So the Hornets exist.
Yes.
Charlotte Hornets. They lose their team
from 1988 to 2002. Yes,
they lose the team for a season. They come back and become the Bobcats.
Yes.
Then the Bobcats become the Hornets again.
Yes.
Okay, so that's their timeline.
Yeah.
Pelicans. Let's flip over to their Wikipedia page. Now how are they the Hornets?
So.
The
reason why they're the
Hornets relocated.
Yes.
For a couple seasons, but why did they relocate the first time?
So the the Charlotte Hornets left Charlotte for New Orleans. That's 2002 to 2005. Then, because of Hurricane Katrina, they play in Oklahoma City for 3 years. That's why it's saying New Orleans / Oklahoma City Hornets. Because of Katrina, they couldn't play there. So in reality, this is a little bit confusing to read. But from 2002 to 2013, this team exists as the New Orleans Hornets. Then, because they realized this is a dumb name, and also Charlotte wants back their original team name, let's go to the Pelicans.
Charlotte got Hornets, and the Pelicans were New Orleans. Okay,
yes.
Gotcha. Okay, we're good.
We're really stupid.
Oh God. I think unless you have anything else.
Now, where are they on the map, guy?
No map. No map. I'm leaving.
All right, that's everything.
Actually, that's not too bad. I think Charlotte's in South Carolina, isn't it? Or is it North Carolina?
It's North Carolina.
Gotcha. Okay.
Putting that Florida education to work. God damn, this is so bad. This might be my favorite episode we've ever done, though. But my God, I'm dying.
I can't do anymore.
No, we're good. All right, I'm sure I'm gonna
take the map off the screen.
I'm embarrassed. I'm in there. That was bad. God damn. All right, that was really funny. All right. If you guys watch that, I'm sorry. If you listen to it, I'm even sorrier. God damn. That was really fun.
Yeah, really fun.
All right. Thank you guys for listening or watching. Next week we'll take what's a really common like elementary school test? We'll play Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader and fail out of school.
Oh.
This is a sports podcast, right? That's why we struggle with geography.
/ geography now.
All right, guys. We're gonna do US Capitals next week, Kai.
Oh no.
Okay. All right, thank you guys. I'm out. Peace.
See ya.